What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis surprisingly defends Anthony Joshua from critics who claim the heavyweight champion ran in the Andy Ruiz fight. And this is what Lennox Lewis had to say. He said that I thought AJ fought a good tactical fight and didn't fall into a trap trying to mix it up in exchanges. This was a good addition to his experience. He also wisely unpacked his jab for this one. Also, think because boxing is a blood sport that's just what some people want. If they don't get it, they get bored. It's understandable, but not many fighters who approach the sweet science come out unscathed with this philosophy. Each opponent in his or her puzzle to solve. I understand that people want blood, but as a fighter, you have to discipline enough to wait for opportunities to open up. Sometimes they don't come. When that happens, you play it safe and you stick to the game plan. And Lennox concluded is you do know there are actual rules to boxing, don't you? So this is Lennox Lewis actually taking up for Anthony Joshua, because Lennox has had to fight many fighters the same way, especially when you're going against someone that hurts you badly the way Andy Ruiz hurt Anthony Joshua. And it's surprising coming from Lennox Lewis, but I think Lennox Lewis is one of those guys, like I've always told you guys, Lennox Lewis expects fighters that are currently fighting, right? He expects fighters like Anthony Joshua to go through adversity like he went through, So he was kind of happy that Anthony Joshua lost, I feel, but for the wrong for reasons that people don't think. I think Lennox Lewis was jealous. I think he is jealous. He does get he got a little envious of Anthony Joshua because of what he was getting and what he was doing in the UK alone. But when it comes to actual fighting ability, I think Lennox Lewis is one of those guys that he is good at that because he's one hell of a fighter. So he can respect the sweet science. And like I told people, a lot of people do, and Lennox Lewis is right. A lot of people, when they don't get a knockout, when they don't get knockdowns, when they don't see blood, which they saw blood in the fight, but when they don't get what they want to see, they get mad and they call it something that fits their own comfortability due to being negatively disappointed in that fight. It's easy to say, oh, this fight is boring because it's not going the way you want it to go, and a lot of people that wanted Anthony Joshua to go in there and do this and do that were the same people that wanted him knocked out, because the same people that wanted him to go in and go out are the same people that criticize him for being knocked out. So which one is it? You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't have it to both ways. You wanted Joshua to go gung-ho against this guy and got caught with a fucking temple shot, and then a bunch of behind the head punches, and he went down 4 times, right? Or then when he changes his game plan because everybody, you should have fought tall. Why did he fight like that? And then he fights like that. Now you're like, oh, well, he ran. Which one is it? It's so hypocritical, So the guy can't win for losing. And it just shows you that a guy that's not always on Anthony Joshua's side, like Lennox Lewis is, can clearly see this. You know what I mean? Because Lennox Lewis is a boxer puncher. He's a guy that has perfected his craft while he was fighting. You know what I mean? He's been undisputed. He's been where Anthony Joshua is. He's took an L. So he knows what it's like to come back again. And the way Anthony Joshua did come back was phenomenal, because he proved that he was a boxer versus somebody that goes in there that normally destroys people like he's accustomed to. It's not all about that, and Lennox Lewis vouched for that also. You can't knock everyone out. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. And if you force it to happen, you can put yourself in a situation to get knocked out, because Anthony Joshua did that the first fight, didn't he? He dropped Andy Ruiz the first time ever in his life, and he thought that, hey, I'm going to go in for the kill, and that was a no-go. In fact, that probably might always be a no-go for anybody that fights Andy Ruiz. But anyway, this is surprising news coming from Lennox Lewis, and he sides with Anthony Joshua, on this one. You guys tell me what you think about Lennox Lewis's comments. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.